Well, I'm glad that we got the win tonight. It was good to get 2 in a row. I thought that Davis played very well, especially in the second half. They missed a number of threes in the first half that could have had the game much closer than it was at halftime, which was 13. We really had a hard time playing against them in terms of helping too much off of shooters. You're being told stay at home and don't help, and you're being joyed. And it's a normal reaction is to want to help, and it's hard because they really recruit to get a bunch of guys that can all space the floor by shooting the three. And the one kid, obviously had a great game today, and really shot it well. And we took a quick shot with, I don't know how many minutes on the clock there late in the game where it was a 12-point lead, I think, and they cut it to 9 on a shot that, we needed to just run the clock down and use it, so it made it a little more exciting than I would have liked down the stretch the last 3 minutes. But I'm glad to get a couple of wins in a row. It's good to see our front line rebound well the way they did, 30 rebounds between the 3 of them. It was a difficult matchup for Josh tonight, defensively trying to guard the space out, really 4 men or 3-point shooters. It's not something that he's used to. I thought Malcolm Lee shot the ball well tonight, did a good job for us defensively. And so it's good to get a win as we get ready to go play down the Wooden here this weekend. Questions?
Okay. And your free throws, 5 for 12 in the second half.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at Lazaric. He's a better shooter than that. He made 98 in a row, or 98 out of 100 the first time we were shooting. We're going to change it a little bit. The one thing I haven't liked, and I haven't changed it because I don't like to change that when it works well, is that when he's getting ready, he's not finding the rim to the very last second. And, so now that'll change because I think it'd be better if he has his eyes on the rim and is focused on the target a little longer. Josh made 7 of 9 in our last game, so being 0 for 2 from day was a little bit surprising, and he shot it pretty well from the free throw line today in our shoot around.
Coach, last game was kind of Josh's breakout. Today a little bit less, but you had 4 guys in double figures. Talk about a little bit more balanced offense there.
Yeah, that was good, and I was pleased with Josh that he's a presence in there. He's a problem for people in terms of his offense, and he made a couple nice passes again. I thought that Reeves played good defense tonight. I was really pleased again with Jeremy Anderson. So for the last 2 games, Jeremy is 11-to-1 assist to turnover. And when he was in there, he and Tyler Lamb were in there when we made our initial run to get out ahead of them in the first half. And I was really happy to see that both Tyler Lamb and Stover were able to give us some minutes because both of them, were not feeling well and were dehydrated.
How did that?
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry.
What happened? How did you get them ready to play? Just did they like?
They got a lot of fluids, and neither one of them was feeling well last night. Neither one of them ate until this morning. They didn't even eat anything yesterday. And Tyler Lamb felt better than did Stover by game time, but it was really big on their part to suck it up and play a little bit under the weather for their team.
Coach, Joshua Smith had 10 rebounds, I think, in 19 minutes. What can you do to get him more playing time?
Well, he had a bad matchup tonight where his guy was stepping out on him and spacing away from 3. And so he's got to be better at being able to get out there and defend guys away from the basket. And the reason he was out late was because he didn't match up well defensively. So against teams that going to have a potential for guys like this, it's going to be a hard matchup for Josh until he gets to where he can get out there and learns to do a better job of that.
And there's nobody in the Pac-10 now in the top 25. With the league's image pretty low, how important is it for you guys to get this win this weekend with BYU, considering that?
We're not trying to get the win for the Pac-10.
I know, but if this is maybe your last chance outside the conference for a quote quality win.
BYU is a great team. I mean, they're very well coached. Dave's gone through a lot when you consider he's overcome pancreatic cancer, which is, he has a rare form. It's just a miracle. And I'm just so happy for him and his family. I've known Dave Rose a long time. He played at for Feisland and Jama during that period at Houston for their team down there. He's a very good player and a great guy, and he's worked his way up, and they've done a great job. That kid Fredette is just, he's an All-American. And so it'd be a real challenge playing against men that are married with kids. I'm sure they'll have a good contingency. There are more Mormons living in Orange County than there are in the state of Utah. So we've got to get our fans to come out and support us so that we're not playing a road game in our backyard here in LA.
Coach, can you talk about the ball movement a little bit tonight? 15 assists to 14 turnovers, but it seemed like a lot of guys were getting touches and getting to the basket.
We had 4 turnovers, John, late in the first half. We had really done a good job taking care of the ball. And then we had some really mishaps there late in the first half, 4 of them, I think, in the last 5 minutes. I like, again, Jeremy's play and his line. 5 assists, 1 turnover, 6 assists, 0 turnovers. Jeremy Anderson really stepped up this weekend, and the 1 3 he made tonight was a big 3. I thought he did a real nice job. We had some real poor decisions on the break where, we could have had a lot more assists if we had handled the ball a little better in transition. When we had the most beautiful one was just a very simple, John Wooden. Zerk's in the middle, stops, layup, Malcolm, without trying to do too much. And that's something, you just got to try to be simple and be effective.
Can you talk about Malcolm Lee tonight?
I thought Malcolm really shot it well. He shot it with confidence. When they cut the lead to us late in that game, we ran a play for him. He hit another 3 late in the game, which was a big 3 to put us back up 10, I think. He's worked very hard on the shot, so it's nice to see him get the just rewards for it. I thought that he did a great job defensively too, for the most part, on Payne, senior point guard, who's a very good player. And so Malcolm's our best perimeter defender, and was happy to see him shoot the ball well tonight from the perimeter.
They shot 50% the second half, better than that from 30. How much of that was your defense?
There was a lot of breakdowns in terms of helping when we're supposed to be staying with shooters. In other words, I explained to the guys after him, I'd rather them give up a layup than come help so that they can get a wide open 3, which is, what the Princeton offense is either layups or 3s. There's not a lot of middle game. And it makes sense with the 3-point shot. And they're really executing it well. I think UC Davis is going to have a good year this year. And that coach does a nice job, and they're very young. But I obviously, like their young big kid, you got to believe. I told the team going in the game, I think 23 should start. Well, I guess I was right. He looks good. I think he's a local product from Thousand Oaks, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Definitely from Thousand Oaks.
Oh, okay. I forget where he's from. But one thing was interesting. Ryan Sipkins, number 32, his dad was in the Hall of Fame today while we were doing pregame meal. His dad played for Don Johnson, who was one of Coach Wooden's original All-Americans and longtime coach at Cypress Junior College. And he played for Don, and it was just kind of neat. There's that UCLA connection. So many different people out there. Don's team defeated my team, Santa Barbara City College, for the state championship my sophomore year. So Don ruined my life. I have great respect for Don. He's 80 years old. He's been coaching at Biola here in the last couple of years. This guy's he's one of the best coaches in the history of California, especially the junior college ranks. He's a great coach. So it was just kind of interesting to me, that little footnote.